Shalom, guys. I hope that you are doing well today. Thanks for joining for a general reading. If you're returning back, welcome back. If you're new, my name is Shannon. I'm glad to have you. And I'm not a religious person or a religious channel, but I could come across real heavy that way. I love our Creator with everything in me, with all my heart, with all my strength, with all my soul. I do a real heavy work here for wickedness to be exposed and removed out of situations, and so I might be a lot different type of a tarot reader than what you are used to. The scripture is found in the tarot, and so obviously I'm going to honor it because it is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. It is our light and our life. And so I love Jehovah Elohim. People call him the universe, but he's got a name. You got a name, and so does our Creator, and he tells us what his name is in his word, which is Jehovah. Okay, so you will hear me speaking to Jehovah to ask at his hand for him to show us what we need to know in today's message. All right, I do confess the Christ, which is the Mashiach, son of David, and he came right down here in the flesh and walked among us, lived and died and rose again. He's coming back the same way he left, in the clouds, and we watch for him. And so anyway, welcome to the channel. Happy birthday, happy anniversary, and all of that. Let's go ahead and see what's going on here today. Thank you, sweet Jehovah. I appreciate you. I thank you for this day. Jehovah, rebuke, bind, and block every foul, wicked, dark thing and shove it down to the pit. Reveal what needs to be revealed, sweet Jehovah. Catch every one of your enemies and go after them and send your fire before them and chase them away 7 ways, Jehovah. Send your arrows to their backs. Strengthen your people, Jehovah, not to be afraid to get up and to fight in your name, in your powerful name. Woe unto them that draw iniquity with cords of vanity and deceit and ropes of lies. So we have the 2 of Swords coming out. This card states on it that somebody is pretending that there is no problem. And they're pretending, people. They're pretending. It's being at a stalemate because they got to sit there and pretend that they're unwilling or unable to make a decision somewhere. So they just constantly are sitting there with their heads just, butting, is what the picture shows. It shows 2 unicorns, and both their horns are X'd. And some people are doing with their X, and because it comes out on the table all the time. Not everybody's got an X. Maybe somebody signed something on a line where an X was for a signature or something, whatever that is. It's showing these 2 unicorns and their butting heads. And so in other words, there is a party that knows that the other party is pretending about something. They are acting like, I don't know what's going on. I don't need to make a decision because I've got to sit here and pretend, and the other party knows something. The sun is out here as well, and that's like pride and ego, if that's what's going on with this 2 of Swords, and it is. It's also a force and something right up in your face. Something today is going to be forced and right up in your face. We also have government out here with the sun, love and romance situations for some of you all as well. And let me grab another deck of cards here. And we're going to take a look at these 2 cards that came out. Something's going to be bright for somebody today because of this forcing a party that is pretending as if nothing's wrong. And why do you keep coming to me? I really don't need to make this decision, and a decision is going to be forced today within something. And it's going to be right up in the face of the party who's sitting here pretending something. Okay, because when the sun comes out, everybody sees it. Okay, the sun could be fame and glory. You could be dealing with, somebody who's known in your world, or that's you, however that's working out. But it's going to be a happy outcome for people who stand in the truth and are getting up here fighting in the truth against a party who has been unwilling to do something, and either setting people as a stalemate, or they've been sitting as a stalemate, sitting the whole party as a stalemate because of what they know and won't acknowledge. It will be acknowledged because the heavens are getting involved. We have Archangel Uriel here in the Sun card, and the scripture tells us that there is an angel in the sun, and it is Uriel. You can read about it in the book of Revelation as well. But let's see what's going on here. Jehovah, you just to reveal what needs to be revealed here about this party that's sitting here like idiots and why they're doing that. So because something's very much crazy. The Nine of Swords is out here. It shows somebody, sitting in their bed with their hands in their freaking face, and they're anxious all the time. They don't want to look at something because somebody's hands are in their face. Like, I don't want to look at it. That's why they're pretending, because they do know what's going on, and it's horrific, I guess, because that's a lot of swords. We're looking at, 2 more swords here, which will break down, that's 11 swords. 9/11 is also here. Okay, well, that's tower-like energies. New York, stuff going on in New York, even at that level, the Most High, obviously bring that out here. Some people got some deep past stuff that they do know about. It's brought judgment even into a situation in a very big way with government. It would be here. It is showing itself here. It really is showing itself here. So 9/11 all breaks back down to those 2 swords. Something's going to be forced here. What else do you want to bring out here, Jehovah? You can only sit that way for so long, folks. There's more. There's nothing but freaking swords out here. The Knight of Swords just jumped out. The 5 of Swords just jumped out. Wow. Somebody knows that they're jail worthy of some situation out here. Okay, well, at the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Wands. In this deck, it talks about a wall of fire, and the Most High gives us that energy in the scripture, and He is a wall of fire around His people. And I don't care who you are, what you think you are, sitting there acting like I don't need to make a decision because you do know that there's freakish, stupid rebellion out here. Because there's rebellion out here, people. The Knight of Swords is a freak and a rebellious nasty. Same with the 5 of Swords. I don't care. I'll lie. I'll cheat. I'll steal. I'll murder. I'm going to win at all costs, and you're not going to win it. You're going to win at your own cost because you're going to pay for what you freaking have done. There's probably fraud issues around some stuff out here, okay? I know it because the Most High brought it out last night that there was. Something secret's going to come to the light today. He stated that last night before I went to bed in that reading. And again, it's showing out here with the sun. It's right up in your face. There will be justice for something. The Ace of Wands is the torch. Somebody also knows about a pregnancy. Something's taking place for some of y'all's cases around a pregnancy, and somebody's going to act like they don't know about the sex that went on with the thing, whatever it has been. Somebody crazy out here around something, and it's going to be overturned today because the word of the Most High is not going to return void to Him. It's showing so out here. So the torch and the runes is a justice assured. Okay, somebody's getting defeated because this 5 of Swords is out here. Thank you. The Chariot, yes. Somebody does know about travel. Somebody does know about somebody's food or livelihood being cut in a really bad way. Somebody's going to go to jail and they're going to be shackled and chained. Actually, that's that word out here. Wow, Yehovah. So the Chariot with the Sun card in the Hebraic language represents to be shackled in chains, and a prisoner energy is here. Okay, if you are dealing with somebody who's already been in prison, they may be going back. Okay, now if you have been in prison, you're upright, somebody's doing something to you, then so be it. Somebody's going to go to jail out here. And that's also why they've been sitting here acting like I don't want to make a decision because they know they face jail, or because I'm known by God. I can't go to jail and let the whole world know that I'm not who I say I am. And people are going to know because you're going to be forced. There's a victory and a defeat showing up out here. It's emotional. It's emotional out here. The moon is at the bottom of the deck. There has been secrets out here, people. There has been. And it's very much emotional. And something's going to be felt. Something's going to be a willful force out here on this decision today. And the Most High is going to have His way. And all praise, glory, and honor is going to be to the great King of glory. And so it shall be. And so it is. Let's take some words out here. The letter Z, the letter Q, and the letter T is out here. Any of those connections? We have a Tasmanian devil out here, man. We sure do. Somebody's been cut out here in a very big way. The word fired is here. Well, somebody is going to be fired, and then there's a family betrayal out here that jumped out, and the police is also here. Yes, like I said, somebody can go to jail, and then there's a co-worker at the bottom of the deck. Because somebody does know what's going on at work. They absolutely do know what's going on at work. The other card that came out is your story will be known. Yeah, something is going to be known. It's going to be known in a very big freaking way. We got public stuff out here when we get the sun. We got public stuff out here when we get the chariot. Okay, and just beyond work matters, there's some things that have taken place around home matters with that moon, your soulmates, things like that. Give us more words, Jehovah, magnificent King of glory. I thank you for bringing your judgment on the wicked who have hidden things, who have lied, who have been deceptive, who have went crazy around some stuff. I just thank you, Jehovah, that you get up and you fight for your people. We just wait upon your strong arm to bring this justice today. So here's some more words. Sports, you could play sports, something could happen to somebody at a sports game. Just the word sports is here, okay? There's a love situation out here. Somebody wants to say to somebody that they love them as well. Somebody's going to be able to do that, okay? So the next card says that the Masons will fix it in an upright way, okay? So whatever's going on, the Most High says that they're going to fix it. We also have a runner out here. Somebody's also been running from something. But if you're dealing with somebody who likes to run or something like that, so be it, okay? We also have a cashier. We got money involved in some stuff. And some people do know about money situations at work, okay? With co-workers at work as well. And they've been sitting there, act like they don't know. And some people are going to get fired for some stuff today. All right, something about seeing things for what they are. This found my hands last night in the reading. And there's also been murder out here, people, and people have been sitting here acting like they don't know what's going on with children. The card says they never grew up. That's right, because they were killed in the occult. One of the words that's out here is a molten image. That's a violation to the Creator in one of the commandments. If you want to make the Most High jealous and get up in your freaking face, that jealousy energy will trace you back to molten images, okay? And so there is a jealousy energy that is out here, and something's taking place, just even in general within relationships and stuff like that, and people being in the occult and killing children. Okay, the moon goes back to children, so does the sun, but that goes back to also molten images in the Hebraic language, and we are dealing with freaks that have lost their mind, and that's one sure way to go crazy. The Most High says you get a line of confusion when you bow to a molten image. Somebody's went crazy out here, and they're just a kook in whatever they do in their situation. Somebody being judged out here in a very big way, okay? Something green or something yellow is out here, okay? The next card says something about somebody's lips or their mouth or the edge, or something's being at the edge. Somebody's speaking today. something's being spoken today. There's also a grandfather energy here written upon this card. Also Pennsylvania specifically written upon this card as well. There's chaotic, rigid, battling energy that's been out here. But again, we have a defeat on the enemy. Jehovah Elohim's going to win against all his enemies. They don't have a chance, people. They have no freaking chance. Somebody going to be forced. Somebody going to go to jail or go back to jail. We don't care, okay? You're fired. You are freaking fired. You're not going to get away with your stupidness, okay? Even up at a really high governmental, position like that as well. Some people need to go to jail, okay? So the word burning is out here. Again, children have been put through the fire, like the scripture states. Some people went the way of Cain. They lost their ever-loving soul. They lost their ever-loving mind. They're twice dead. They will never rise again. We have burning energy out here, okay? We have songwriting energy, yes, and you will not take my projects or anybody else's projects as either. They weren't yours, okay? Somebody also wants forgiveness out here for some stuff. And then, so on another card, it says music involved. So we have a songwriter and music involved, yes, in the Masons are going to freaking fix it. It's craziness organization. If you're dealing with somebody who lives on a farm, we do have the crop cutter energy out here with the chariot. It goes back to that in the Hebraic language, and we have something about a field or seeds or something like that. We also know somebody has planted something in the ground that wasn't theirs, something of value, or a child or a person has been murdered, or there's been a family betrayal out here. And our story is going to be known. Yes, it is. Thank you, because it's getting fixed. And the people who are deserving for jail, they're getting the chains around their feet and their arms, and they will be led away to their prison cell. You do not get to act like this in my Elohim's earth. You violate every one of his commandments. That's a shame that people have to be commanded not to murder and not to steal, and it's craziness. So there is communication out here. There is some type of letter that's coming, or some type of communication is out here. And then there's going to be some joyfulness out of this ordeal is what the next card says. Thank you, Jehovah. That's right. Because somebody also wants forgiveness out here. We have the milady out here. Somebody is crazy out here. It's showing it. It is showing that somebody is crazy. They're up in their bed with all these swords running through their freaking head because I can't get out of that. I gotta sit here and pretend like I can't go out there. You're crazy. Somebody's just a freaking kook out here around some stupidness. And they just went nuts. That's your fault. You picked that. The milady card, though, is also a recovery as well. And so some of y'all are going to be able to recover something, then so be it. Okay? Let me take a rune. Thank you, Jehovah, for forcing something today right up in the idiot's face. Thank you for fighting the battle because it belongs to you. We just stand and we just watch you, Jehovah, just win this war. Everything stolen shall be returned. Your word's not going to return to you void, Jehovah. So we have the letter I. This is about staying calm and reflecting today, folks. This is a victory rune when it comes out. And over somebody who's had a lot of malice and greed and strife. It's out here. Because somebody's been like, I don't care, I'm in rebellion, I don't care. I stole this from you. Oh my God, I'm going to run over here and do something at work. I'm going to lie over here. And you're creep. You're crazy is what you freaking are. And this rune also go back to death because it's ice and it's out here. And we have children that have never grown up. And that's not okay for you to put children through fire. It's not okay for you to murder and take little limbs of babies out of a woman's womb. Okay, just because you don't want to have that baby, but you wanted to have the pleasure for it, and you went crazy in your murder. That's gross. Okay. You can say, well, that's just an embryo. Okay, well, let me ask you something. Is that an arm? That baby is formed. There's arms and limbs, and that is feet and legs, and you cannot dispute the heartbeat that comes at a very early stage. I don't care what it is. Life begins at conception. There's murderers out there. Okay, whether you like that or not, I don't know. Okay, can God forgive a murderer? Yes, but you've got to turn from that stupidness and say that's wrong to kill in the womb. That's wrong even to put a child through a fire. And we got crazies out here, people. We got crazies out here. That have done some stupid, and they think that it's okay to just be chaotic in this world, and it just isn't. I don't care how rigid you are. I don't care how rigid you are. You lost your ever-loving soul, your ever-loving mind for what you do in this earth, okay? You can choose to be upright, or you can choose to be a creep. If you choose to be a creep, the Most High says, I'm going to shake you out of my earth, okay? I'm not going to apologize for being truthful and being very stern, because this is your life. This is your freaking soul that you're even messing with. Even beyond an unborn child, or just a child that's been born again, and because you're not born again, you think that being in the occult is okay to make a child pass through the fire. You really think God says, oh, that's so pleasing to me to make your little children run through the fire, and you yourself won't go through the fire? Well, you're going to go through the fire, because the Most High says that his enemies are going to be shot with his fire out of his mouth. Okay, you're going to be cut to smithereens for the things that you people freaking do. Okay, this story is going to be known for the whole world, so that fear can come up on the land, so that people get their act together, and so that people will look to the Great One for life and not death. People better get up and do the right freaking thing, because you do know what to do out here. And the Most High says you're going to fix this problem.